Yo, 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 yo. It's LOD5, man. We back in the building, man. Happy New Year, man. 2026, man. You already know how we coming. We back with another mental step starting off fresh, and I want to get right into it. Today, we are talking about thinking positive 95% of the time. You know what I'm saying? Now, why in the fuck would I want to think positive 95% of the time? And what's the other 5%? Well, we finna get into that. I got to go to my handy dandy iPhone. You know what I'm saying? Because I take notes. Thinking positive it never hurts anybody. Rather, thinking negative basically sets yourself up for failure before you even have a chance to reach your full potential. Now let's break this down, man. So when you thinking positive, like it's nowhere to go but up. And when you're thinking negative, it's nowhere to go but down. Overthinking is okay. It's just what you're overthinking towards. Are you overthinking towards your positive state, or are you overthinking towards your negative state, which could trickle down into horrible things turning into your reality? Now, with the 95%, the reason why I say 95% is because that's where you need to be at. And why? Why do you need to be at 95%? Because with 95%, you could get shit done. I believe you could get goals done. I believe you could build your physical, spiritual, and mental capabilities up to another level. Now that 5% will come from the self-doubt, the negativity, the things like that, because I find it hard to believe if I could God, I pray you bring me somebody who thinks positive 100% of the time. But I think that 5% is pretty good because that's when the self doubt comes in, the negative overthinking and sort of things like that. We just gonna take the good with the bad, but we trying to get the real good over the bad. You get what I'm saying? All right, so let's keep on going with this. I like how this going. See, it's three sections in your brain. I like to say I'm not a motherfucking scientist. I ain't go to college for psychological reasons, shit like that. I've been admitted to the hospital and shit. I ain't, I just this all trial and error and God informing me on certain things. So it's three sections in your brain, which I figured out. One of them is positive, one of them is neutral, and one of them is negative. So with positive, which is pretty informative by itself, but I'll just say what I wrote down. When you have a positive, motivated mindset where everything you do in life, you can only elevate and become powerful mentally, physically, and spiritually. It's very tough to obtain, but it is attainable with hard training. God has blessed you. Even if you currently or always had this mindset without the need to train for it, God bless you. I ain't gonna lie. God has blessed you. Let me read it again. God has blessed you. If you currently or always had this mindset without a need to train for it. Because me personally, my mind is stuck on negativity. You know what I'm saying? So I had to train for that shit. I still train for that shit currently. My mind don't even be in neutral like how I used to be. So I have to really train to think positive. It's some people in this where I believe who automatically think positive or mind is straight and neutral who don't really think about the negative. Now let's go on to the neutral. Neutral, you are basically not controlling the wheel and going with the motions, which is very good because we overthink too much in life. But it's a double-edged sword because it could keep you stuck not moving towards dreams and goals, or it leaves rooms for negative thoughts that could possibly take the wheel and make you motherfucking crash. Let me check the time. So it can most definitely make you crash if you're in neutral and you're letting the negative thoughts take the wheel. But if you're in neutral and you're letting positive thoughts take the wheel, that is most definitely good because it comes different times in our life, but we just have to be in neutral mode. Just let things flow like water, as Bruce Lee say. Be like water, my friend. You get what I'm saying? So now we all know the negativity. What majority of people have running through their mind? I believe it's negativity. It's crazy. You see the world, right? It's crazy because it's something that automatically is there. You get what I'm saying? Like positivity is something that we have to work on, but the negativity in our mind, the fear, the doubt, the wicked thoughts are already there. So that should let you know it's not even in your hands, in your cards. That's something that's out of your control, right? Um, negative The negative shit is already there. It can destroy you mentally, physically, and spiritually. Majority of negative thoughts are not yours. I think that's a problem that us as people who go through things mentally have a hard time understanding that it's not our thoughts. We think it's our thoughts, but no, it's shit that's out of our control that we can't see, feel, or touch. that most definitely try to direct us off our purpose or our plans or out of our positive mind state. All right, now I explained to you the positive, the neutral, and the negative, right? So what the fuck? What the fuck, right? Like what the fuck, fi? LOD fi? Like what is this? Well, why do I need to know all this shit? Let me tell you. The reason you need to know this shit is because once you know better, you do better. Once you understand that you're not alone in this battle, in this mental battle that we all facing, you get it's like a relief thing. So I'm gonna give you an example with me. Like when I started being on TikTok, when I started being on social media more and mental health started popping up in my algorithm, I realized, damn, he went through the same, she going through the same. I went through that. I've been admitted to the hospital. I take medication. Like it make you be like, oh, okay, I'm not alone in this battle. Because when you in the heat of the battle, you just like, damn, I'm all alone in this shit. Fuck everybody. Don't nobody talk to me. I don't fuck with you. I don't trust you. I don't want to be around you. But when you find out that you are not alone in this battle. Like you tend to loosen up a little more. Like, "Oh, okay, cool, 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 cool. I knew I wasn't the only motherfucker tripping. Now I knew I wasn't tripping. I knew it wasn't me. Motherfuckers make you think it's you, but it's not you. You get what I'm saying? So, and once you find that out, now you're looking for now you looking for like the the options, the keys to help you overcome these battles because you see these people talking to you and letting you know you're not alone. Now you curious, like, all right, so tell me how you maintain because you looking all good, you talking about it, you feel comfortable talking about it. Tell me how the fuck you maintain. And that's the reason why you should know this because I know I go through my shit. You feel me? This why I be currently at negative. I barely be at neutral, but I fight every day to stay positive. You know what I'm saying? And I found this out. You have to treat this shit like training. Boom, training. You have to treat this shit like you're training. Training for a marathon. Training at your job. This is a good one. Training at your job is a good one. Because when you're training at your job, what are you doing? You basically getting the frame, the mindset. They training you so they could be like secondhand nature. Like, you know what buttons to operate on the cashier register. You know this shit. So it's like it's planted in your mind. So you don't gotta steady look at the guidelines on how to work it because you trained your mind to know how to work. That's what you need to do with your mind. I'm thinking positive 95% of the time. Gym goals. We have these gym goals that we want to be. We want to be slim. Girls want to be thick. Motherfuckers want to be swole, you know what I'm saying? Or lose the weight. Regardless of what it is, you have these gym goals in your mind and you would do anything to get to them. Like slow down on what you're eating, going to the gym every day and shit like that. You need to have that mind frame with your mental health, getting your mental health better. Training for basketball season. I view Kobe Bryant as one of the best basketball player who really showed you the definition of hard work. You know what I'm saying? He was a person that was in the gym at 4 a.m. That's all you hear people say. He was in the gym at 4 a.m., 4 a.m., 4 a.m. And he really trained to be the best. He really trained to get them rings. He really went above and beyond to complete his goals that he had in his mind. And that's how you should treat thinking positive 95% of the time, training your mind. Studying for a test. You got a professor, you got a teacher, and they give you the notes. They give you everything in order to succeed to pass this test. You have to study that shit. View this as like equipment to help you pass with your mental battles that you're facing. Writing a song every day until you get a hit. Like I'm a person who make music and I realize like the more I write music, the more I stay in my creative floor and I have me a good fucking song. You get what I'm saying? So it's these things like training, like example, these are training examples how you should take like your mental health serious and trying to train your mind to think positive 95% of the time. Okay, we're going good. All right, all right, all right. So now let's get solutions. I hope you're able to understand that. Now let's go to the solutions. All these, no, no, let me break it down some more in my handy dandy iPhone. All these things require self elevation, which is hard for many to do. So we sit in our own mental problems, which I tend to do still to this day, and I've been battling mentally for years since I was a kid. You have to treat this shit like sports, school, your career to gain better mental health, which you deserve, but it's not going to be easy, which makes your story greater. And I think that's the thing where a lot of people fail to realize anything that's easy is not going to last long. So you should see better yourself mentally as a chance to get right and as a chance to know when I get better mentally, it's going to stay there. You get what I'm saying? Solutions to think more positive. Treat your mind like a light switch. When I say treat your mind like a light switch, when them negative thoughts come in, just hit that switch with that positivity. You know what I'm saying? And when you hit that switch, these are the things you should hit the switch to. Daily positive quotes in your mind every time you start thinking negative. So when you hit that switch, you want to hit that motherfucker to the I'm finna have a good day today. It's gonna be an amazing day today. I feel terrific. I feel amazing. My life is great. Thank you, God. Thank you, my Lord and Savior Jesus. I'm blessed. I'm thankful. You just want to get in that mind state of always thinking positive, always being thankful, always being grateful that you're in a positive mind state. You get what I'm saying? When you hit that switch, you can even throw in Bible verses. You get what I'm saying? I have Bible verses that I say inside my mind to keep me elevated, to keep me strong, to keep me focused. You know, think big, talk to yourself inside your mind. What will you achieve? And say it as you already achieved it. You get what I'm saying? So when you hit that switch, it's a lot of things you could go to because we are before we hit the switch, it's negative things that's trickling down, overthinking and going to the worst case scenario. So we could hit the switch and turn to the most amazing thing that we want to do, amazing thing that we want to achieve, and we could say it as it's already done. For instance, when I tend to lose myself mentally, I hit that switch and be like, mental steps is helping a million people. I'm helping millions of people with mental health. Mental steps is really helping millions of people. That makes me feel good knowing that I'm helping somebody mentally who's going through the same struggles or going through struggles that like I've been through. You get what I'm saying? So, I hit that switch on a motherfucker. Understand the negative thoughts are not yours. I think that's the major problem that people with mental problems have a hard time understanding, which I had a hard time understanding. I'm like, damn, why I'm thinking these wicked ass thoughts, these horrible ass thoughts. And I know that's not me. Once you get a firm understanding this shit is beyond you, that's when you realize, like, all right, these negative thoughts coming in, let them motherfuckers flow out, hit that switch, and we finna turn this bitch positive. You get what I'm saying? Like, me coming from the trenches too is 10 times worse because you got everything going against you sometimes. So, like, when you hit that switch, things just brighten up. But you gotta understand it's not you who thinking them negative thoughts. Some of them thoughts your ass is thinking. But majority of them thoughts is not your thoughts. The real negative, wicked thoughts and shit, knowing your character, knowing who you are, them are not your thoughts. You get what I'm saying? Of course, we have like little gossiping things we say, shit like that. But like the wicked thoughts, the negative thoughts, them shits that have you like, what the fuck is going on? Them are not your thoughts. You just have to hit that motherfucking switch and change the scenario. Be conceited with your positivity. Motherfuckers always talking about, she too conceited. You could be as conceited as you want inside your mind when you thinking positive. Like, I am the shit. I am. I am Timothy. You get what I'm saying? Like, be conceited. Shit. Be conceited with bettering your mental health. Be conceited with your positivity. I am the greatest artist alive. I am the best worker at this job. I am handsome. I am wealthy. I am worthy. I will have a beautiful woman. If you're a woman, you will have a beautiful man. You get what I'm saying? It's just like you gotta be conceited with this shit. You don't gotta be conceited out loud, but be conceited. You could at least be conceited in your mind. That's better than being fucking negative all the time. You get what I'm saying? You gotta realize. I ain't gonna baptize you. You gotta realize. Train your motherfucking mind. You gotta pimp your motherfucking mind. You gotta pimp your shit. I ain't gonna lie. You gotta man, shut all that shit up. Hit that switch. Now you thinking positive in this motherfucker. You get me? Gotta hit that switch, man. You gotta hit that switch. I ain't gonna bap to you when you hit that switch. Everything else falls into place. Falls into place. Now here's an example. An example. Here's an example. Here's an example of positive thinking, of hitting that switch. Let's get to it. And it was an example. I thank God for this, giving me the example, because somebody commented on one of my YouTube shorts about this, and it made sense. And I think we was just had the wrong name for it. But example, you and your significant other didn't work out in a relationship. Boo hoo, that shit's so sad. Please understand the difference between feelings and positive thinking. So you could feel angry, sad, or happy. Shit, you done with that shit. All right, bet I found out what I had to find out, or I ain't do nothing wrong, or what I'm saying, I'm mad she did this to me, or or I feel sad because I did this to her and shit like that. So you could have them feelings and shit, you know what I'm saying, but positive thinking comes into play. You can have the feelings, but you can still think positive. And when I say thinking positive comes into play is when you don't blame yourself or the significant other, but you try to see the lesson you learned from this relationship. You get what I'm saying? So you could better yourself or know the likes and dislikes when you date another significant other. Now, I'm not gonna say the feelings not gonna remove itself. Yeah, the feelings gonna be there, but let the feelings be feelings. But don't allow the feelings to affect your positive thinking. You get what I'm saying? Like mentally, you already thinking positive about the next thing or thinking positive, like, hey, I learned the lesson from this at the end of the day. Now you can still feel sad, ooh, this, but at the end of the day, keep your mind in a positive setting. Like that's a great example I want to give y'all because typically we could mix feelings with the way we think and shit. You got to separate the difference between the two. You get what I'm saying? So, that was an example. I gave y'all solutions. Now, I just want to say, like, this shit is not easy. Like, as far as like time wise, time wise, this shit, man, this is a lifelong battle. It's not no, all right, I'm good. It's been a month. It's not no, it's been a day. I'm good. No, this is a lifelong battle. This is a lifelong training. This is a lifelong training until you die. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lifelong training that you really have to understand. But the thing is, what I you just got to get in your head is this is a battle for your life. I will accept the challenge if this is a battle for my life to not commit suicide, to not to drive myself off the edge, to be miserable towards everybody else because I'm miserable inside. This is a lifelong battle to really think positive 95% of the time. You will have bad days and you will have good days, but there's a lot of things, and I really conversate with God about this. I wonder, can I really have a positive day every day? Like, can we? It's not it's not possible. It's not possible, but what is possible is how you look at things. You get what I'm saying? Like even though I had a fucked up ass day, I could still think like I learned this, or I did good this, I did this, just like a very positive, like joyful, good person. You get what I'm saying? So I just want to let y'all know this is a lifelong thing. Don't expect this shit to blow over in a month or two, or now I'm just automatically thinking positive. No, this is a lifelong battle. For some people, by the grace of God, they don't have the negative thoughts as much as I do or you may do. Or they may be in neutral a little more. They may be actually positive thinkers. You know what I'm saying? But we can't complain about the cards we was dealt. The only thing that we can is rise above the expectations, rise above the odds that's against us right now. People who battles mentally. And I just want to I pray that y'all continue to stay strong, stay positive, and reach out to me if you have any questions, man. My social media, follow me, LOD_FAI on everything. Mental Steps, the organization, Chicago based. I love y'all, man. We're gonna keep on thinking positive. If you have any questions, DM me, comment, whatever. Love y'all.